vegan in Tokyo turns out to be both easier and trickier than I thought. But either way, I had some of the best food I have ever eaten over there. From the most incredible vegan bakeries, to yummy convenience snacks, to the most vibey of restaurants. There's so much to discover. I was able to take tons of recipe inspiration back home with me as well. So if there's any dishes and treats you want me to attempt and recreate, then let me know in the comments. Support today comes from Squarespace.
And these are the matcha syrup.
Joining me on this trip are some of my best friends who you might recognize as reoccurring characters from older videos of mine. This is going to be a longer video, so there's chapters to help you skip around if needed. A little disclaimer though, right off the bat, I am of course not an expert on things when it comes to Japan, so this video is less of a thorough, perfect guide, and more so simply what I experienced, what I learned, and what I, looking back now, would recommend the most from that. Okay, let's start with what we got from the supermarket and the konbini. Konbini are Japanese convenience stores that somehow appear at almost every corner. It could either be a 7-Eleven, a Family Mart, or a Lawson, sometimes also a natural Lawson. Now, while the plant-based selection at most konbini isn't overwhelming, they do have a few good snacks to help you get by. Right at the top of my list has to be a fresh red bean bun from 7-Eleven. It's like a warm hug you can eat. Maybe someone from Japan in the comments can give us more insight on this, but from my understanding, it's fine to eat your snacks right outside the konbini, but it's considered rude to eat them whilst walking, and definitely not on the metro. So as a tourist especially, that's a good thing to keep in mind. Most of the time, we resorted to the convenience stores for a quick onigiri, and they should have a few plant-based options, but it's less than you'd think. With a plain rice one, you should always be on the safe side. And if you don't speak Japanese, then Google Image Translate is going to be your best friend.
I think this one is vegan.
However, due to labeling laws in Japan, any Japanese correspondents in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong please, there's always going to be the chance that traces of random animal products are not listed on processed foods, and that's if the ingredient isn't part of a major allergy group like eggs or milk or shrimp. And that of course can get tricky if you have certain restrictions. I, for myself, personally came to terms with, at the end of the day, I will have to trust the labels and do my best. And if I make mistakes, that's okay. There's no point in stressing. I thankfully don't have any allergies. Now, inside the Shimokitazawa station, there's an onigiri food stall though, selling officially vegan labeled onigiri. And those were perhaps the best ones I had, so... Artemis was especially excited about the flavored soy milks. From the ones I tried, I liked the Sakura one the most. We also found this other soy milk brand here that was lovely too. A typical breakfast for when we didn't have time to eat at a cafe would oftentimes include a freshly baked sweet potato. That plus an onigiri, plus some fried tofu, plus some kind of fresh fruit or pre-cooked grains. That's a good meal, I would say. I had a lot of Pocari Sweat as well. It's this electrolyte drink that over the course of this trip I became just slightly addicted to. It tastes like the white part of a lemon, but sweet. If anyone knows where to buy Pocari Sweat in Germany, I am very interested. The by far fanciest grocery store we went to was Life Supermarket near Skytree. It was very much giving Whole Foods. They have so many vegan products, like labeled as vegan, no doubt about it. And so yeah, I would highly recommend a stroll or two around that supermarket. Moving on to cafes and restaurants. Starting with Universal Bakes, located in a really cozy green little area. The selection is incredible. It's all vegan. We got so many things to share and try here. I got the chocolate croissant.
It doesn't matter if we share two with just the pastry itself.
And the wasabi salt bread, which was my favorite thing I got from this place. Here we have French toast with vanilla ice cream. This fruit pastry, like the Berlin vegan bakery scene at the moment, simply cannot compare. Onto Tokyo Vegan Bakes. It's apparently a fusion bakery between Universal Bakes and gentil, another vegan bakery we will get to in a moment. This is the best vegan almond croissant I've ever had. It was perfect. This was a food highlight for me. Their donuts are fantastic too. Not pictured, but trust. Gentil is near Azabujuban station, and it's got some wild savory options. Even vegan yakisoba pan, which I don't know if I can get behind that concept. We got some croissants for our friends here that were pretty good, according to them. Jordan was a huge fan of this very German tasting sandwich pastry. I really liked this chicken teriyaki pizza pastry. That was lovely. And their curry pan was so good as well. Matcha, I only had twice. Now the first time was at Capoon, located in Shimokitazawa, an area we visited a lot. Now my usual matcha order goes as follows: soy milk, light sweetness, and iced. Artemis is way more of a matcha person than I am, and so one of her favorite places is the Matcha Tokyo. It definitely seems to be like amazing quality, but I don't think I'm built for intense matcha like this, and so I ended up giving half of this to Artemis as well, and she was tweaking a little bit from all the caffeine.
It's the one that's in the shower. Like, don't look at me.
Moving on to yet another Shimo cafe. Cafe Anthrop? Anyway, it's a cute little breakfast place which offers gluten-free pancakes or crepe. And even though I'm not a big fan of buckwheat, I really like these. Yeah, we got the lemon sugar flavor. But now my personal highlight, and one of my favorite things I ate during this entire trip, was these pastries that were propped up outside of the cafe, and they belong to this guy that goes by La Farine. Now he posts on Instagram where he goes and with which vendors and cafes he collabs with. I only got to see him that one time, and that's sad because his salt bread compared to all the others was the best in my opinion.
Combine it with ueno, so I also want to show you the ueno mode off because it's like it's a huge secondhand store.
Overall, there seems to be a pretty big pop-up cafe culture in Tokyo. For example, during our first week, we stayed right next to this little coffee shop called Shinkirou Coffee, which has this concept where there's basically a new barista every day, and sometimes they do like crafting workshops. They turn it into a restaurant. It's like a blind box, but in cafe form. Last breakfasty lunch place I wanted to mention for now, Ming-teng haohao, a vegan Taiwanese cafe. It's located inside the same little shopping complex as Tokyo Vegan Bakes. At ming-teng haohao, you should definitely try the soy milk puddings. We got the black sesame and the strawberry coconut to try. Artemis was obsessed with these. She told me this was her favorite food we ate in Japan. I personally really loved the little lunch set. The mapo tofu and the soup being my favorite. So cozy. We hung out with my friend Luna, who is studying in Tokyo at the moment, and we did a little shopping of vintage clothes with her. This is a jacket that I got. It's so cute. It's really difficult not to shop when you're in Tokyo. We woke up to snow one morning, even though it was pretty warm outside. Anyway, let's move on to some restaurant food. Starting with Oscar American Chinese. On Google, it said this place was temporarily closed, but when we got there, it was pretty open. And they have like an active Instagram and stuff, so I feel like they just need to, I don't know, update their opening hours. Quickly wanted to highlight their food photography. And the food itself, of course, was super yummy. I was a huge fan of the honey mustard chicken. The beef and broccoli was really nice. And I got 2 types of noodles. Did I mention this place is completely vegan? It's amazing. There was one night where we randomly ended up at this plant-based diner called Komeda. You order your food at your table on your designated iPad. That and the fact that we were all sitting next to each other on this wooden table made it feel like we were in a meeting. I was starving when we got there, and so this pasta, it's mentaiko pasta. It was so rich. It was exactly what I needed that moment. We all shared this katsu sando. Jordan got these beautiful pancakes. Paula got soft serve ice cream that we dipped fries into.
So much ice cream. It's so dense as well.
Oh, it's really.
But it's really nice. Right? I think it's really nice.
One night we were in Shibuya with the intention of visiting a specific vegan izakaya.
This is a lot.
The restaurant we were looking for was inside a mall, and the malls in Tokyo, and especially around Shibuya, they are not for the faint of heart, just when it comes to sensory overwhelm, you know? The food court was pretty packed, so much so that our vegan izakaya did not have space for us. This food court, however, was full of vegan options. To mainly avoid the crowds, we picked Rice and Circus. Not a fully vegan place, but they were advertising their vegan tantan ramen outside, and that's all we needed to hear. We all agreed synonymously that this was the best meal we had in Tokyo, or at least top 3. It was unlike any other ramen I'd ever had before. I need the recipe. If only the portion size would have been bigger. Like, I could have easily eaten double the amount. Artemis and I did end up visiting a vegan izakaya in the end, and this one's called Nowhere near Tokyo Skytree. This place was so incredibly cozy, very much the opposite of what the mall felt like, and the food was really, really delicious. I think I liked these katsu bites the most.
Wow. So I think I'm gonna pull it apart.
We are barely halfway through all the places I wanted to show you, but let's move on to this vegan bistro that's located near Yoyogi Park. Here I unfortunately ordered way too spicy ramen because I got a bit too confident. I thought I could handle spice, and I guess I could to some extent. Like, I was able to finish it, but I only tasted spiciness and nothing else. And I ended up taste testing Artemis's plain soy ramen, and that would have been the better choice for me, at least. But I like the random buffalo wings.
Looks really good.
So many people recommended this next place to me, and for good reason. Vegan gyoza is on another level. There's so many different and interesting flavors to choose from.
Ooh, which one is it?
This is the crown days flavor.
I couldn't pick a favorite flavor if I tried.
I thought that was eggplant.
Okay, gun to my head. Okay, if I had to pick, it would be between Chinese chives and kimchi.
I want the ginger one.
Yeah, this place cannot be missed if you ever find yourself in Tokyo. Honestly, same goes for this next restaurant. Tucked away in this, what felt more like a residential neighborhood. We talked to the owner a bit. He was super nice. And he puts on vinyls as he's making your food, so it kind of feels like you're in someone's home. Everything we tried was so insanely delicious. I wonder what's in this. Apparently it's not miso based.
This might be the best thing we've eaten so far.
how about some dessert places next? Some of these also fall into the category of breakfast and lunch. This first one is Sunday Vegan. It's in Kichijoji. It's close to this really cute park, so we ended up taking a bunch of different treats to go.
Do you want?
And I really loved some of them, and some just weren't for me as much. But my personal favorites were the vanilla cream-filled donut. It's not very sweet. It's very light, very demure, and the churros were absolutely insane. Only thing that was missing was maybe a chocolate sauce to dip these in. Outside the Team Labs art installation, there was a vegan and gluten-free donut food stall. Now, I'm not one to love cake donuts as much, but this matcha cake donut was insane. It tasted like a cloud, and I'm pretty sure the donuts belong to this vegan ramen place that's also right outside the museum, so that could be another dinner idea. Next up, we have this adorable cafe/restaurant called PQ's. This place is known for their curry plates, which almost look too beautiful to eat. We didn't have a reservation, and so we only got to sit there for like 30 minutes, which wasn't enough time to try the curries. And so instead, we opted for beautiful sakura ice cream pancakes. Wow. And then this is a sakura flavored muffin. I actually needed something savory, and so I had the veggie soup and a slice of focaccia, which was lovely, and like a random hamburger patty. I absolutely adored Marbre Vegan near Shinjuku Park. This cake, it was fantastic. So buttery, so soft. Jordan got this egg sando as well. Both of these items being so insanely good made me order a bunch more things and take them with us to try later in the middle of the night.
Apple tart, baked cheesecake, lemon roll.
It's. Oh.
Go for it.
I think she's trying.
Is that the chocolate or is that like paper?
That's the chocolate, I'm pretty sure.
I think it's like zucker.
That's why they said it was like frozen.
It had been frozen originally, and so it was a bit dry, but still delicious. The baked cheesecake specifically was very polarizing. Paula and I loved it. I thought it was the most authentic tasting vegan cheesecake I've ever had, but Jordan and Artemis really hated it.
Wow, we're making a mess. Yeah. I can't even see like.
My favorite kind of mochi are the ones that are filled with fresh fruit and some sweet bean paste. And this place here has really fantastic mochi of that kind. They're amazing. This is mango or melon? This is melon.
Das ist melon. Das ist mango.
Not sure my face is expressing enough just how good these are, especially the ones filled with peanut butter and dipped into kineko. That actually concludes all my Tokyo food places, but we're not entirely done yet because, first of all, we ended up going to Kyoto as well. I didn't do much filming in Kyoto, however, because, and I only really realized this being there, how much of an issue this city has with over-tourism. And you really feel that immediately stepping out of the train. From what I know, they even cancelled a cherry blossom festival this year because there's too many tourists. You see signs everywhere asking tourists to behave. And because, of course, we're tourists as well, we didn't know what to do at first in this situation. And so we decided to spend most of our time either in the outskirts or in small villages outside of town. My favorite day during this entire trip was visiting Enoshima. I took the monorail there and I saw Mount Fuji on the way. I was told sometimes the volcano likes to hide behind the clouds. And the island is so beautiful. It kind of reminded me of Avatar, The Last Airbender a bit. And although it's of course also a touristy destination, it has so much of a calmer energy. Yeah.
And this is the matcha syrup. So you might want to add it like after the middle, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Fun fact, there's a cafe from Berlin on the island called Tensan Lab. It's by this Japanese guy who used to live in Berlin and only recently moved back to Japan, taking the cafe with him and serving shaved ice and other Japanese treats. It's not a fully vegan cafe, but it does have many options, and the whole place was kind of decorated like a German Christmas market food stall.
Thank you so
You want to
much.
wait for another one to see if you really need it? Because I think you're ordering one more shaved ice.
I feel like
I feel like we can do it.
You want to?
Yes.
don't make me say it out loud.
Thank you so much. Number 3.
I'm just gonna keep on eating.
Oh, it was not a lot. I'm sorry.
Ja, bei mir wird nachher auch. Moment. I need that for my intro shot.
I thought I would chime in and quickly say goodbye in person. If you like this video, definitely check out my New York City vlog, because that one has a similar vibe to this one and it's one of my favorites. So that's gonna be in the description, as well as some of my friends who appear in this video make lovely, amazing content on the internet that I highly recommend you check out as well. Artemis does really beautiful vegan recipes, specifically sweets, over on Instagram. And then Jordan posts a lot on her YouTube channel. I think she makes a video a week, which is insane. But her videos focus more so on living in New York City, and it's more casual but personal vlogs. Another random update that makes sense to put here, I feel like, is the fact that I got a Crunchyroll subscription recently. Not sponsored, although this would have been the perfect segue for that. I've been getting a bit more into anime coming back from Japan now, naturally. And I wanted to ask if there's any that A, you recommend, or B, that have some fun food moments that I could look at and try and recreate. When I saw Death Note, there was so much food in that show. I feel like I could make a whole video on this one alone, but I know there's so many more shows to discover, and I could either do like a Death Note specific video, which I would be, I feel like, pretty confident in. I really love that show, or incorporate multiple animes in one video. But also, yeah, if you have any anime recs in general, let me know. I haven't seen much yet. I've only seen, like I said, Death Note and Free. So I feel like anything in that spectrum I could be into. But yeah, thank you so much for watching until the very end. Definitely make sure to check out my lovely sponsor, Squarespace, who allow me to keep making these videos. So if you need a website, make sure to use my code. Check them out. The all-in-one platform to help you grow and establish your brand and business online. Start by browsing their wide selection of beautiful website templates, or create your own from scratch if you prefer. Squarespace offers SEO tools in order for you to show up more often in people's search engines, helping you grow your audience and bring in new customers. You can do fundraisers on Squarespace as well by using their donation tools. You can generate passive income by offering content behind a paywall, and create your own new logo within Squarespace as well. If you need any extra help, they've got their 24/7 award-winning customer service at the ready. Start today. Go to squarespace.com/MinaRome or use code MinaRome to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.